Any female you like will be chasing after you learn the techniques I will teach you. If you follow these 5 principles, women will get obsessed with you. In order to be a man, follow these guidelines for having good intentions. Putting a girl on a pedestal and treating her like she's the prize will make her realize that she is, in fact, the prize. Now, I can take it easy for a while. When she realizes that she has other options except for you, her interest in you naturally begins to wane. How to recast herself as an invaluable asset in her life is the subject of this video. Hence, you'll play the role of the hunted prey in the exchange. It's a fact that if you treat a woman as though she's superior to you, she will naturally start to view you as inferior. This is how people are by design. I'd like to talk about being the treasure in a woman's eyes and letting her see you for who you truly are. Many men believe that if they treat their girlfriend like a princess, they will be rewarded with a happy and long-lasting relationship. However, the truth is that everyone wants to be with the person they consider to be the prize. It's only natural for women to seek out men with more status and authority so they can feel safe in a relationship. If you don't make her feel like she has to earn your love and devotion, you're going to lose her. Just exactly how do you accomplish that? We'll go over the top 5 strategies for making oneself a desirable candidate. First and foremost, you must be absolutely certain that you are the best. This is difficult for many men because they believe that the woman they are interested in is more attractive, more popular, or has more friends than they do. Yet, we've all met that guy who doesn't seem to have much going for him. He's neither the best-looking guy nor the highest earner, but he's convinced himself that he deserves to win at all costs. The belief is shared by women. When you put a high value on yourself and start acting like it, ladies will treat you as you've never been treated before. And you'll truly feel like a jewel. It's not hard to figure out which came first, chicken or the egg, but you need to begin with the conviction that I'm the winner. Now let's talk about how to put that notion into practice the next time you're with a lady. The question is, how can I be honored without it being immediately obvious that I'm the winner? Because she will be more likely to accept it if she does so on her own. What gives you the nerve to act like that? The second rule is to quit seeking approval. The next step is to enter a validation vacuum, in which you no longer seek approval from others. When a guy and a woman come together, whether it be for a date or just to hang out, there is an unfulfilled need for validation on both sides. It's kind of bizarre that one person will be attempting to impress the other. Therefore, if you stop trying to impress her, she will fill the void by trying to impress you and gain validation from you. This is just one of those things where somebody has to do it. When discussing the importance of not seeking approval, remember that showing is always more effective than telling. There are probably a number of things you want to tell her, like how you got a new job or went on a trip to South America. The truth is that we believe something more when we see it with our own eyes. So if what you're attempting to prove is that you possess a certain quality, or that you've achieved a certain level of achievement, you might want to try another tactic. So instead of just telling her about your travels, take her on some trips yourself. Take her by the hand and say, "Hey, let's go do this," rather than bragging about being the office leader. Don't over-explain yourself. Doing so is counterproductive to the goal of not seeking approval. Justifying our actions is common if the other person is a reward, and we want them to like us. Consequently, even if we aren't entirely confident in our abilities, we may try to explain the nature of the work in an effort to impress the listener. Stop seeking it out, because if you do, she'll look to you for it. Thirdly, you must take charge and make choices. Many males have trouble realizing this. If a lady loses interest in you after a date, it's probably because she sees herself as more valuable to her potential suitor than you do. A common misconception among men is that women share their male counterparts' frustration with the frequency with which they are ghosted or dumped after only a few dates. To be clear, I do not intend to imply that you should not be impressed by her, but rather that you should not treat her like a princess the moment you meet her. When you walk into a situation with the mindset of, "I don't know what I want from her," making it clear that she is not a priority for you, something clicks in her mind that has never been activated before. So, how do you actually do this? So how do you prove it? Next level deep validation and next level deep curiosity are the tools we'll be employing. Therefore, it is through curiosity that one receives confirmation. Suppose you strike up a conversation with a lady and learn that she practices law. We don't know why she decided to become a lawyer, but it's only natural for a man attempting to impress or win over a woman to remark, "Oh my God, you're a lawyer. That must have been so hard." Suppose she wasn't interested in law school, but her family expected her to go into the field. However, she doesn't seem to care if you compliment her on being a lawyer. Instead, I advocate for investigating thoroughly before drawing any firm conclusions and maintaining a healthy dose of inquisitiveness regarding one's surroundings. I've always had an interest in the law, so if I were to ask her why she is now interested in it, she may respond positively. If you ask her why she chose to become a lawyer, she'll consciously or unconsciously try to impress you by coming up with a grandiose explanation. And when she finally tells you, you can say, "That's really cool," positioning yourself as someone who can't be easily swayed. In other words, take your intrigue for women to the next level before validating them. Rule number 4. Asking her for a favor. What's intriguing about this one is the common belief that winning a woman's affection requires selfless acts of kindness. It's easy to dismiss her complaint about her automobile producing a strange noise with a dismissive, "No problem. I'll have a look at it." But if you want to win someone's favor, you need to ask for a favor. This goes against all common sense. There's a concept called effort justification, which indicates that whenever we make an attempt to achieve something, we want to convince ourselves that we're doing so for a good cause. That makes sense. So when she's doing you a favor, a part of her brain will be thinking, "Why am I doing this? Oh, I must like this guy, it must be worth it." It's a defense of the work you put in. It's not necessary to go crazy with this. You shouldn't expect a lady to constantly go out of her way for you, and you shouldn't be scared to ask for a favor while you're first getting to know her. Don't make her think the favor is just an opportunity to spend time with you. She says something like, "You know, I'm fantastic at yoga." And then you say, "Can you show me how to do it?" And she thinks, "Oh, he's just using me," and we've all been there. Instead of asking her to explain something verbally, you could suggest that she create a video showing you doing it. This will make it seem more genuine, as she will be putting in effort and sitting there with the camera thinking, "Why am I doing this?" This will also increase the likelihood that she will like you more. Strange, but accurate. 5th guideline. Establish and disseminate criteria. When norms are established and shared, patients might expect to see dentists who ask, "Do you want water, sir? What can I get you, sir?" However, if you visit a different dentist, you may be told to reschedule your appointment if you are more than 5 minutes late. This dentist's policy is prominently displayed the moment you enter his office. The dentist picked that as his reward because he was the one who established and conveyed those standards. If there is a lady in your life, do not let her bring you down. For example, if you wanted to hang out with a woman, you would normally invite her out to dinner. However, when you called her and asked if she wanted to go out, she unexpectedly suggested lunch instead. That's like taking a step back, right? But many men worry about missing out on a second chance with the woman they like, so they say, "Sure, I'll meet you for lunch," instead of saying no. This is not the way to convey your standards, though. Keeping her from ruining your meetup is a must. In this case, you might just suggest that we reschedule for another evening when both of you are available. Though you may be thinking, "Oh well, I could lose my chance." What she heard was that you aren't someone who is always free. Thus, it is crucial to establish and convey expectations.